How you doing, guys? This is Eric from rulethewasteland.com. Now that this is currently Tuesday night, March 1st. It is the 1st, right? Well, it's technically the 2nd now. It's 12:06 or whatever. But it was Tuesday night that I just am filming this. I'm still up. Anyways, and the Super Tuesday has been completed with Trump winning pretty much every state but Oklahoma and Texas. Hillary winning all but Vermont. And did Bernie win one more? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the page in a while, but I wanted to go over the betting odds of these multiple candidates and show you how the kind of mindset has shifted nationwide. And I know Stossel has been pimping this website that shows the betting odds and saying that's more accurate than the polls, which may or may not be true, but I know that they shift just as wildly as, probably even more wildly than the polls. So the odds at any given point are probably not going to be that accurate, and that's where some value can be found, because basically making money in the world is all about finding incongruencies, whether that's in a betting line or whether that's being in a demand being catered to or a price. That's how I make money on eBay and Amazon, is I find an incongruency between the value and the price of something and can extract that value. And I saw some of these incongruencies months ago in September and October and even as early as August with the betting lines with Donald Trump, because even though I of course obviously didn't know 100% what's going to happen, I knew that the lines were whack because there were a lot of people out there who were scoffing at Donald Trump, and regardless of politics, I knew that his shots were better, his chance was better than they were giving him. So Trump currently is negative 460 as the line to become the Republican nominee, which means he's a huge favorite, which means if you bet $1,000, you would only end up with like $200 if he wins. You'd get the $1,000 back, and then you'd get $200 profits. You'd have to risk $1,000 just to get like 200. So for you, or the way they do it is you'd have to wager $460 to win 100 if he gets the nomination. So he's a massive favorite. When I got my money in on this line, he was like 6-1. So he was an underdog, and you would get 6 times your money. So for every $100 you bet, you get $600. So I got in a little bit. Obviously, I saw that there was some value there because now obviously the sentiment has shifted greatly. Unfortunately, there's no way to, it's not like an option where you can cash out just because the shifted. You could do some sort of arbitrage play if you want by taking both sides of the bet now that the line has shifted. But I do think he will become the Republican nominee. So I'm going to hold on to that money and not try any squirrely stuff. But Hillary Clinton is now a negative 3,300 favorite to get the nomination, which this one, I have no bet on this right now. I think I might have $5 on Bernie Sanders to get the nomination or something like that. But because right now they're saying that she's so likely to get the Democratic nomination that you have to bet $3,300 to win 100. And I think that's way out of line. And for Bernie Sanders, if you bet $100 that he gets the nomination, you would get $1,650. So with all the stuff coming on with her health issues, with the email scandal, I still have not heard anything that would lead me to believe that the FBI has changed their mind about recommending filing charges. Haven't heard anything about the issue in a few weeks, but last we've heard, they were just full steam ahead with the investigation and with planning on recommending at least that charges be filed. So that could be the death knell again of her campaign, possibly. Certainly something to think about. May want to put $50 to $100 on Bernie Sanders to get the nomination and end up with $800 or $1,600, something like that, because there's a lot of things that could go wrong between now and is it July? I know it's July for the Republican convention. I'm not sure when the Democratic one is, but there's at least several months. And with the FBI thing, the emails, and the health problem, I think that line is a little out of whack. And now for the presidency, Trump is only a basically 2.5 to 1 underdog to win the presidency. So if you bet $100 now, you only get 2.2 or 220, I guess, to if he actually becomes president. And when I got in on this line, he was, at the beginning, I got some money in when he was 14 to 1. So for every dollar I put in, I'm going to get 14 back. And I got a little bit more in when he was about 10 to 1. So my average is just right around 10 to 1 for him getting the presidency. So let me know what you guys think about the actual chances of this occurring. Right now, obviously, he is a massive favorite to win the Republican nomination. We've heard crazy things about brokered conventions and all this crazy stuff that, obviously, I think that they really, really, really hate Trump, the establishment, both the Republican and the Democratic establishment. Do not want to see him get in, but it would be such a suicide act for them to not nominate him after he effectively does win the nomination, to go ahead and nominate someone else, that there was almost no point to doing it, because but we'll see. Anything can happen, obviously, when the globalists are starting to lose their grip, but that could literally cause some kind of riots and shit like that. Who knows? It would cause massive problems. It would definitely guarantee that no one supported by the Republican establishment would get any support, and it would guarantee that the Democratic candidate would win. And honestly, if that happened, I think there would be a chance that there would be enough people writing in Trump still that he would beat the the actually nominated Republican candidate. It may split the vote enough that the Democratic candidate would still win, but I think at that point Trump would still get enough write-in votes to beat whatever candidate was officially nominated. So it'd be a very interesting situation. It is a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, hopefully, for many reasons, the least of which is not that I will lose my bets. But let me know what you guys think about the odds of this and how it has very drastically changed over the past few months. We've seen it go from everything to he's a freak show, he's going to be out in 2 weeks, he's never going to be a serious contender for the nomination, he's never going to win the nomination, then we got if he does win the nomination, he's not going to beat Hillary, then we're going to have he's not going to be a good president. So I mean, he's just been knocking down every obstacle along the way. Hopefully he keeps it up. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to you guys later.